sister, brother, sister, brother, sister. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. So we've got the developer insights and the kit reveal for the fifth brother. This was announced last week, but we've had to wait for some reason to get the actual kit. So we're going to deep dive into it. Let's just skim this. I've not had any look at this whatsoever, so I haven't got a clue what is going on, if I'm going to be completely honest. So let's see. So fifth brother is here to round out your Inquisitorious team. A powerful Inquisitor who isn't a fan of Jedi come to a holotable near you, ready to purge and apply devastating debuffs. In addition to that, he will also help your team out in Territory War with his Omicron ability, I Sense Those We Seek, which will slow down Jedi leader abilities who grant speed minus Galactic Legends. Fifth brother's abilities will loot to stack purge on the enemy, especially Jedi. And if you thought fifth brother couldn't be any more annoying for Jedi and friends, his unique ability, a new target, and leader ability, I Sense Those We Seek, look to punish Jedi leaders who don't fill out their team full of Jedi. Okay, so that does scream Shaak. Below, we take a deep dive into the developer motivations. So, major focus on inflicting punishment on Jedi-led non-Jedi characters. Emphasis on counterattack within his kit, as well as opposing characters who do it. Yeah, so that really screams Shaak. If enemy is debuffed, inflict purge. Major focus on Inquisitor's slight buff to Empire allies, and grants protection up and dispels buffs to give support. Now, I'll be honest, right? Just reading this, if it can grant these abilities outside of Territory War as well, as far as being some form of Shaak counter, I'd actually be tempted to work on this guy and the Inquisitors just for that. Shaak teams can be really annoying because, you know, usually Gas has got some simple counters, but Shaak she requires a different approach, let's say that. So, yeah, I'd be interested if there was a Shaak counter in there. Alright, let me scroll because I'm blocking it for you guys. So, unique attributes, we've got a new debuff, Provoked. Provoked is a debuff version of Retribution. The debuffed unit gains 100% counter chance, but they are severely punished for attacking at a turn. So, okay, that sounds pretty cool. It's essentially saying, yes, you will counter, but you'll be hurt for doing it. Jedi-led non-Jedi characters who gain turn meter will be inflicted with Provoked. So that really screams fives. Fives gets a load of turn meter, so yeah, not to mention Rex with form up, so yeah, this really screams clones. Additionally, with his Omicron ability in Territory Wars, Inquisitorious will gain turn meter whenever an enemy gains bonus turn meter. Yep, Rex. So, while in Territory Wars, if the enemy leader is a Jedi, excluding Galactic Legends, Jedi leader abilities that grant bonus speed to non-Jedi allies remove speed. So, there's a bit of Gas in there, I guess, but I do really feel that's Shaak. So, inspiration. Fifth brother works alongside Seven Sister in several episodes in the second season of Rebels, and these abilities draw from those appearances. Fifth brother tended to sit in the back, lightsaber unignited, and spring into action. This is why we chose to have his idle pose in this manner. That, and to give a more visual difference between all the Inquisitors. I actually appreciate that. I think maybe they pushed it a little bit with him, but I respect it. I think maybe having the Seventh Sister being the one whose idle pose was not ignited might have been better, but yeah, I respect the design choice. So the ability names are drawn directly from dialogue and Rebels. Okay. So yeah, counter Shaak mechanics. I get the feeling they didn't fill that in. Well, sorry, I'm blocking you guys again. Let me read this here so I can actually read it with you. Okay, so FAQ, what's required for Fifth Brother's Legacy tier? Okay, we don't really need to know about that. It's basically all the Inquisitors. What else are Inquisitors going to be required for? So, in the coming weeks and months, you will see Inquisitors gain a player-side modifier in frequent galactic challenges, a new assault battle requiring Inquisitorious units, and conquest feats directed towards Inquisitors. Okay, so at least there's a new assault battle, even if the Inquisitors as an assault battle challenge is not one I particularly wanted. And yeah, they repeat what you need for the Grand Inquisitor, and yeah, they also repeat why the core wanted that. So, yeah. Alright, let's just read into the kit. So, A powerful Inquisitor that specialises in supporting the purge of all Jedi by applying devastating debuffs. So basic, I shall go alone. Final text, deals special damage to target enemy. If the enemy is debuffed, inflict a stack of purge. If the enemy is a Jedi, inflict another stack of purge. Inflict tenacity down for 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted. Okay. Special 1, the killer's mine. Final text, dispel all buffs, inflict defense down for 2 turns, then deal special damage to all enemies. Alright, so mass buff cleanse, defense down, nice pairing. Inflict a stack of purge to all enemies. If the target already had purge, inflict expose for 2 turns. Grant all allies potency up for 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted. So I like that. That's a nice little bit of pairing. Shrouded in Darkness. This is a Zeta ability. So deal special damage to target enemy and inflict vulnerable for 2 turns. For each stack of purge on the target, all Inquisitorious allies gain 10% protection up stacking for 2 turns. If the target has at least 3 stacks of purge, gain damage immunity for 1 turn. Stun target for 1 turn, and if the enemy was a Jedi, inflict fear on all non-Jedi enemies for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Oh, okay. So essentially that's saying target Shaak Ti or gas with this ability and the clones are neutered. Oh, okay, that is good. I like that. Again, that is probably worth building Inquisitors up for alone because, again, gas it may struggle with. The team itself may not be capable of taking down gas, but I really like the idea that at the very least you can take Shaak Ti teams on, so that is something. Alright, so leader. I sense those we seek. Empire allies gain 5% defense and max health. Inquisitorious allies gain an additional 30% defense and max health. So essentially it's 35 defense, max health. If the enemy leader is a Jedi, inflict a stack of purge on the leader and all non-Jedi enemies at the start of battle. Oh, okay, so that's good. We go straight in there with purge. Which can't be resisted, and whenever purge is consumed or dispelled on non-Jedi enemies, excluding Galactic Legends, they lose 3% speed up to a max of 18% for the rest of the encounter. Ooh, so I think that is very deliberate because if I'm thinking right, it's not exact, but if it was 16%, I would have been calling it an exact call out to Rex. But yeah, Rex's unique gives 16% speed to 5 of first allies, so they've actually made it that if you go in against the clones, you actually go and reduce them beyond, below the unique. Wow, okay. Maybe that's also taking in Shaak Ti's lead into account. But wow, 18%, that's a big drop off. Whenever an ally Inquisitor uses a special ability, apply a stack of purge on target enemy which can't be evaded or resisted. Well, I'll be honest, I know which leader ability I'm liking out of the Inquisitor so far. So in Territory Wars, if the enemy leader is a Jedi, excluding Galactic Legends, Jedi leader abilities that grant bonus speed to a non-Jedi allies additionally remove 70 speed. Oh, wow. And whenever a non-Jedi enemy gains Retribution, dispel Retribution and instead inflict Expose for 2 turns, which cannot be resisted. The first time an enemy gains bonus turn meter, Inquisitorious allies gain 15% bonus turn meter. That actually could be a good Omicron in its own right. That could. I'm not saying to anyone go and get it, because you might be alright with your clones and taking them down in TW, but boy, that is probably the best of the bunch. That is the first one that I have seen and I've gone, wow, I am tempted to go for that. Alright. Unique, a new target. Final text. Start a battle. If all allies are Inquisitorious, 5th Brother has 100% counter chance. Alright, that's good. Recover 5% health and protection whenever an enemy attacks out a turn. Alright, so again, call that to the clones. If the enemy leader is a Jedi, whenever a non-Jedi enemy gains bonus turn meter, inflict Provoked on them for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Whenever a Jedi uses a basic ability during their turn, they are inflicted with Breach at the end of their turn for 2 turns. Okay. So Provoked equals 100% counter chance. This character deals 90% less damage when attacking at a turn. That's actually good, because I was curious, wouldn't that really hurt us as well? Whenever this character attacks at a turn, it takes damage equal to 15% of its max health. This damage can't defeat enemies. I honestly think, right, that just supposing you weren't going to go for the Grand Inquisitor and you're just going to settle for these 5 Inquisitors, I actually think the 5th brother is the one who is the leader. I honestly think that. I mean, just looking at that as well, though, I think that is a good call out for Jedi Master Kenobi teams. If we're thinking about the Grand Inquisitor being a part of that equation, I mean, that wouldn't be a part of it. The lead wouldn't be a part of it anyway, but I'm just looking. There's nothing here that actually says Galactic Legend. So I think that the 5th brother is crucial to countering a Kenobi team. Just all those attacks at a turn. Yeah, if the Grand Inquisitor's got something that will essentially protect the 5th brother effectively, then this will be a powerful component of that team. I mean, okay, granted, you use Jedi on that team, so maybe some of it isn't effective, but still, there's fun stuff there. I mean, for example, stop using R2-D2. You know, you can't throw R2 in there anymore because he'll just get provoked. Same with 3PO, Padme. Yeah, there's a few who would get neutered in the Galactic Republic faction. So again, you would have to use a full team of Jedi. I'm not saying the bigger guilds wouldn't have that, but yeah, it's probably going to make people question, do we put down full Jedi Galactic Republic teams in TW defense, or do we just keep JMK for offense? That is a very interesting conundrum. I like it. Alright, so I'm just going to double check that we haven't had any more news just while I've been talking, but I think that is it. Alright, so not really much else I can say. I mean, what I will add just to finish off, they did allude in this post that there was going to be, here we go. Alongside this character, we'll also be updating all the current Inquisitors kits with a new unique ability to bring the full squad together. So I am expecting that today, if I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to just delay uploading this video. It's, as you can see on my screen, it's 8:30 at night for me, so as long as it's not like ridiculous o'clock, I will try and record the next bit when it's announced. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a bit more to this. Okay, so it's 10 to 11, and I'm not going to wait for CG to decide to tell us what the rest are. So if there is a blog post in the next hour or so, I'm going to be really frustrated, but hopefully they come out in the next couple of days and clarify what the unique's about, because honestly, the Inquisitors are actually looking quite good in my opinion now. It's amazing what one toon can do, and it's purely because I just like the idea of Shaak Ti clones being having an easy counter. So yeah, I'm actually up for building Inquisitors just for that one purpose, because Shaak Ti clones are a bit of a nuisance to me. So yeah, it might not be for everyone. Probably not a lot of people face Shaak Ti clones now at the top end of the game, but there are occasions when I do. And for me, this is probably a cheap counter to it, so I'll take it. So let me know what you think in the comments, folks, because I'm going to say some people may not face these teams anymore, but like I say, people like myself may do. So let me know, what camp are you in? So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone.